Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. This pick a card reading is a general reading, so it should fit any situation you find yourself in. As always, we have our three piles here with group 1 on the left through to group 3 on the right. The timestamps will be in the description box below along with the cards that I'm using. If you'd like a private reading with me, you can book that in the description box below as well. That being said, I will leave you with your selection and I hope you enjoy your reading. Hey Group 1, and welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the tincture bells, then this one is for you. So tincture bells are used at the beginning or to mark the ending of something. I feel like this is some fresh beginning happening for you here. And just seeing the tincture bells, straight away I felt like there is a sense of clarity about you, or there's something to do with your own personal compass or guidance system, your own personal perceptions that are becoming clearer, that are becoming stronger. And also noticed, although Jackson didn't choose the smoky quartz, if you're new here, it is my son that chooses the little items or crystals first, but anyway, he didn't choose the smoky, but it happened to be next to the pile as I was shuffling, and I really felt like it was connected to you as well. So you might like to work with smoky quartz at this time. But it was also just that added message with the tincture bells of really clearing something out, clearing away negativity or toxicity. Oh wow, literally sits below now the cleansing card of lemons, which is another card that talks about fresh beginnings, clearing the way, a fresh start. So there's something about this fresh start that feels strong and clear, like you feel strong and clear, whether you feel that way currently or not. It might be something you're aspiring to, more strength, more clarity, more personal strength, more grounding, more personal power, feeling clear, clearing the way, not stepping into things murky, not approaching anything you know isn't good for you. Like I'm seeing all of this stuff there for you, Group 1. That really feels good. So let's jump into your reading. What I've got on the bottom deck is the Fool. So another marking of a fresh new beginning for you, Group 1. Some of the energies I can see on the table are Aries, Libra, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini up there, and what was that? No, Gemini, Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio. Anyway, might be your sign, might not. Let's just jump into your reading with the past energy, as we always do. And in the past energy, we have the Emperor, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. So when I first saw the Emperor landing out, it came out first, of course, and I just felt so much like the way it landed on the table even. Look at his power. I feel like you've worked quite hard to put yourself in the position you're in. You're in a position at the moment that is quite stable. You are wanting to build upon that stability, and I feel like you've got some pretty big goals. I feel like you've achieved a great deal in your journey up until this point, and you want to move forward with that strength. And there's something about strength in this reading. I really feel it, like it's coming. That's what's going on in the future, and I'm not having anything else. Like that's the sort of, it all relies on you, it's dependent on you, and that's all there is to it. And so if something comes in to taint your waters, it's on you to get rid of that. It's on you to clear that away, and you know that, and you're ready to take ownership of your power, ownership of your space, ownership of your choices. It all feels like that there anyway. So Queen of Pentacles is here coming in with you. So there's obviously two people together in this reading. There's a few markings in this reading of being with someone very special. That could be a business partner, it could be your intimate loving partner, it could be a friend, who knows what it is. For a lot of you, this will be about your business success. Others, it'll be about that and relationships, but like I said, we'll keep it general. I don't know if I did say, but we all know that. Anyway, what I noticed about the Queen of Pentacles and the Six of Wands is that the rose petals fall all around her, and then also in the Six of Wands. So it's like, and I'm actually seeing the rainbow really standing out here. So there might be healing in some sort of situation, a relationship for you that, and this, I feel like the Queen of Pentacles is another energy potentially, bringing just blessings into your life, bringing something about them they have a magical quality to them, or you take it vice versa. It could be the other way around. You're feeling like this is you coming into someone's life, bringing a lot of magic, bringing a lot of healing. There could have been some tension or a bit of history in the past there with that rainbow. Yeah, I do feel like there's something really interesting about this particular reading today. The Six of Wands is the next card there, so we are definitely seeing success. We're seeing, and I'm just getting when I felt like a separation because I see the gate open, and I just see with the Six of Wands, we do have this head here, so something perhaps has been destroyed that has not been good, and there's a celebration around the ending of something toxic. There might be a celebration around coming through a journey that wasn't easy to get through, whether it's separate, together, or something like this. For some of you, there's a lot of currently a lot of notice or attention coming your way with regards to your work or just the achievements. This doesn't have to be about another person. I can definitely see here that this Emperor energy and the Queen of Pentacles can definitely be you reclaiming your own power and creating a lot more abundance and stability in your life, receiving nurturing and feeling connected to earth, feeling connected to your body and to the blessings all around you. I feel I'm connecting to nature, connecting to animals, connecting to divine channels in all the ways they appear to you. So in the current energy, I love to see we have the Ace of Wands. There's a lot of wands here coming from the Six of Wands to the Ace of Wands. So there's a lot of passion in this current moment. You're feeling divinely guided, divinely ignited, perhaps, divinely inspired. It's there, it's motivating you, it's pushing you forwards. Forwards to what? Towards to the Ten of Pentacles. We do see a couple here at the bottom of the tree, a family even, with the wizard grandfather and the child. And all of this, when I was seeing all of this reading, it's like there's something quite, I was going to say impressive, but I'm like, okay, I don't know who it's impressive to. Maybe it's you, who knows? Because it doesn't feel like it's my thing to be impressed by, if that makes sense. But anyway, I'm seeing here a lot of long-term thinking, a lot of, like, there's it's like, oh, I'm just hearing this, holy shit, this just might work. Like there's something there that is new, perhaps, like we see all this new fresh energy, fresh beginning, and whether it's an old story with cleansing that's happened or a fresh new beginning, whatever it is. With the Ten of Pentacles in sight, it shows that this is something really long term, and there's desire for a lot of stability and devotion and investment here to ensure that this is something that you both want. If it's a business partner, you're both on the same page with how it's going to run, with what's necessary and what doesn't work, and lots of review, lots of communication. I'm getting clear communication, honest as, very like just, you've got control in a really healthy way at this time, I want to say, group one. So we have two major arcanas with Judgment and Strength here. And seeing that after everything we've just come through with the Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, I'm seeing that this is a realization, especially that little peek over to the challenge as well, which we will get to. I see here that this isn't all easy. Like just because you feel like you've found strength and you know what, you've got a bit of clarity about what you want to do or whatever this is that's happening for you, feeling like more empowered than another time potentially, or just empowered in general. This is still triggering. Life is still triggering. There's still things to address. There's still strength to work on, I guess. And with Judgment there, I just feel like it's you realizing where it is you need to strengthen, where it is, or maybe in the dynamic. If there's a dynamic we're talking about here, what is needed to strengthen this dynamic, and what it was that wasn't working in the past, or hasn't worked in the past in similar situations, if this is a new situation. With this combination here, it really feels like you know better now for some reason. You know better, and the choices you're making feel like they are choices that are going to set you up in the long run. Otherwise, you don't want anything to do with it, I guess. I feel like you just... It's like, I don't know, I'm getting so much here, like like there's a magical thing that you want, I think, and it's like, and then nothing else will do, nothing else will compare. We do have a lot of, maybe they're brides, we also have a lot of coffins, we have the owl in the top of the tree here. So some of this could be about a marriage type relationship that has gone through a lot of different endings, that has seen many faces, that's seen many different phases. For others, this could be yourself, like you yourself have been through so many phases. So it's like you're getting to know another whole new self, deciding to be more connected and committed to your intuition and that inner guidance. And with the strength, like feeling capable of following through with what you know to be true deep in your heart, that real knowing, not fear, not illusion, but that knowing. Having the ability, the courage to act on that, regardless, and not being fearful. Although fear will happen, like that's life, won't deny it. And further into the week ahead, we have the Page of Wands and Temperance here, Sagittarius energy. A Page of Wands, Temperance, that's kind of interesting because like, I feel like this is more talking about the energy you are experiencing day to day as you move through this. And so there is a lot of, what do I want to say about this? I think there's a lot to feel in the air, energy and in the air at the moment. If you're very, very connected in that way, you'll be picking up on a lot of subtle signs and little messages that come through from someone you're connected to or about a situation. I feel like you're going to be picking up on a lot of the energetic tethers at this time, feeling very, very connected. There's a need for the temperance here for you to just take it easy and not maybe overanalyze every little thing that comes in, but rather just taking things with a grain of salt, or just like a bit more moderation and balance with the way you are approaching a day. So if there's a lot of excitement and passion for something and you really want to invest all of your energy into that in that moment and it's wonderful and feeling good, there's still other things that need your focus. There's still other things. So it's like a message that although there's a lot to be excited about and lots of things to maybe grab onto and enjoy, and coming your way, whether they be in the ether messages or just people reaching out, hey, let's go here and do that. Like there's invitations here potentially. With temperance, it's asking you to be moderate in your approach to things and don't drop the ball. I'm getting that just heard there as well. Not that I don't think you will, but just like it's just there, just to be conscious of that. And I think you maybe have already told yourself that anyway. Like not to get carried away with any one thing, but just keep things nice and balanced, but also enjoying the lightheartedness. That's another thing I want to mention about the Page of Wands. It's such a free-spirited energy. I feel like when I look at this, it's like if you get this impulsive, spontaneous idea to go for a nice nature bushwalk or something, then just go do that. I think it'll be brilliant for you. Like I think that anything you can do at this time to bring in a lot of lightness and openness is a really good idea. And also just because Page of Wands sits below the ritual card, and any rituals you feel called to work with, then by all means create a ritual or do some research to build a ritual that supports whatever it is you're trying to create here. I think little rituals throughout your day would be really beneficial, little morning rituals that help you think positively and lighten yourself, whatever it might be. Just seeing the water here, so maybe water in the morning is really good for you, taking a shower or something like this, going for a swim. In the challenge, we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, and the Four of Cups. So the Knight of Pentacles in the challenge, and just also acknowledging the Page of Wands in the reading. And the fact that we've got the Fool and the underlying energy, we've got cleansing, we've got tincture bells, and we've got smoky quartz. So it shows that there's a way to go. Like there's yet to be a lot to go through. And with the Seven of Wands, some of that stuff is going to be challenging. Some of it's going to be triggering and uncomfortable. And the Four of Cups is here too. So it might be tempting to slip into any sort of victim mentality, or just focusing on the heaviness and the challenges that are presented towards you, rather than realizing that regardless of any challenge that pops up from day to day, in the bigger picture, if you step back, you can see you're actually making great progress in the direction you want to go. And the Knight of Pentacles is here because, well, it's not always comfortable moving slowly, right? But, oh wow, yeah. And you've got the card from Everyday Witch, Make a Move. And and it's about not being stagnant, or even when it feels stagnant, just doing what you can to move forward. And if there's nothing you can do, then maybe even just stepping back and seeing that you are still moving forward anyway. I feel like we should look at the book for Make a Move now. We'll do that. Make a move. Action or divination. This card is probably not so subtle hint to get off your butt. Have you been spending a lot of time sitting in one place, or maybe in front of the TV or computer? Get up, move around, do something, accomplish a task, any task. Or maybe the issue is deeper than just a daily itinerary? Are you actively working on creating positive change and movement and forward movement in your life? If not, this card is undoubtedly the universe telling you to stop stalling and just do it. Not tomorrow, not next week, now, today, make a move. I was feeling, let's see the action. Water is all about change and movement. The only water that isn't moving is stagnant, and usually that's a bad thing, both for the water and everything that depends on it. Make sure you aren't just sitting still. Get up and do some form of exercise today, whether it be walking, biking, dancing, or even cleansing the house. See the lemons there. Yes, that counts. Then think about your goals and aspirations and do one thing, no matter how small, that moves you closer to achieving them. And that's kind of it with this. Don't be overwhelmed and, disgruntled or disappointed, I guess. I mean, feel what you want to feel. I don't tell you what to feel. But also do see in amongst all of that, those feelings, if they do come up, that you are actually moving forward. And although there is challenge, although not all of it is comfortable, and there will be triggers along the path, it's you got to do it. It's only like I just feel, what do I want to say? Like it's the way to go. I'm kind of just getting this, there's a sense that there's nowhere else to go, or I don't know if it's the fact that there's nowhere else you can go, or it might be that there's nowhere else you want to go, but it kind of does feel like this is the way out, I was going to say. So maybe that's the situation, out of a situation, this is the way to go to make what you want happen. So your further guidance, or no, what will help with the challenge? We have the Moon, the Six of Swords, the Ace of Cups. I love to see this combination. Six of Swords in the center, right? So what is needed is for you to be very mindful of fears. Be very mindful of emotional, subtle undercurrents and how they have effect on your thoughts and how they have an effect on your choosing or on your day. It's kind of similar to that, what I was saying before about, even if it feels like there's triggers coming up and, oh God, it's all so much, or whatever it might be, and you feel like you're not moving forward, you can see here with the Six of Swords, the Ace of Cups, just let go of the stress, the mental stress, as much as you can, and drop into love. The Ace of Cups is here. So the Six of Swords in the center is asking you to just move forward into less stressful times. It just brings me back to the smoky quartz here, because the smoky quartz, Six of Swords, I feel could be good friends. It is about cleansing negativity and releasing fears. And the tincture bells as well. I feel like just doing those extra things to ensure that there's that clearness, that clarity in your day, in your life, in your mind, mostly in yourself. That's what's the most important part is. Even if you don't know the journey and how it's going to unfold, it's like as long as you feel okay inside, then everything will be fine. There's Ace of Cups here as well. I see new love. I keep getting mention of fairies here. I saw one before as well. Where was it? It was like a little fairy that was standing out to me. Oh, she hasn't come up yet, but this must have been when I was shuffling. So there's definitely talk of fairies here. You may have the fae around you. You may be connected to the fairies. And I just also noticed in this particular Six of Swords, there's a little child sort of staring up at the man who's driving. So there might be someone younger in your life that looks up to you. When I looked at this as well, it kind of shows that it's like this situation and where it goes it feels like, I said this a bit before, I think, about it being dependent on you and how you drive this. Like you're in the driver's seat, it feels like. And there's two people here that are coming with you by the looks of it. So whether that's literal or metaphorical, there's something coming with you. There's something that looks to you for guidance here. And it's yeah, it kind of feels like something is on you to drive something into safety, or to drive something into security, or to drive something into stability. The Ace of Cups being here, I'll mention again, is just about that self-love and accepting love and being open to love. Maybe helping yourself remove yourself from fears and anxieties and illusions around situations, and just drop into love. There feels like a need to say that things are safe, and it's because you make it safe, I think, here. So anyway, Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups, and the Two of Swords in further guidance here. And so you can kind of get a hint of that throughout this reading, that like this shows so much promise and things going really well, beneficial changes, healing, but there's also doubt, or like a little subtle glaze of doubt or something here. The Two of Swords is there to show that here in this section too. So Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups, we can be looking at reciprocity in very special relationships, feeling like there's healing and that things are coming together in a way that is balanced and healthy. There's a lot of support around family matters and children here as well. Like it might be that you're feeling like it's time to put your connection with your children first for a while, and just maybe something has come up and they're needing you right now. Or you might feel like for some of you, if this is a reunion situation, if you've come back, like I saw it picked up in the start here, separation, coming back together, it's like there will be more harmony and balance moving ahead, but it doesn't mean there won't be doubt. It doesn't mean there won't be fears. It doesn't mean there won't be uncertainty. It's just like, what do I even want to say? I feel like there's a lot around you right now to be enjoying and taking advantage of, regardless of this energy. Don't let this energy, I think, stop you from being open and benevolent and kind. I feel when I saw the Six of Pentacles that was more asking you to be very giving of yourself at this time, and that could be random strangers you come across in your day, and just being that conduit for spirit and passing a message on or helping them in some way. Giving a friendly smile, just something. There's something, I feel like you have an effect on the people you come across at this time in a more than you realize, and that can be a very positive effect, and I think most of the time it is. And yeah, so just be a little extra giving this week, be a little extra benevolent, I feel like there's a lot around. I keep wanting to say you too. So there's this child here again. Keep seeing this child. There's a child all through this reading. There is a child in this situation. I mean, obviously not for everyone, but for someone out there, there's potentially a young boy who is involved in your life in some way, and I feel like you're meant to help this child with something. You're meant to be there. You're meant to be, you're likely their parent, but maybe not. Could be your nephew, could be who knows. Yes, very open to general reading. Anyway, I feel like I want to say something about abundance here. Like in the Six of Cups, especially, I'm seeing it, even though the Six of Pentacles is probably where I'm feeling it. The Six of Cups is where I'm seeing it. And what am I seeing? There's something here about like being surrounded by opportunities, and like there's nothing surface level about you or this situation is what I feel. Like I feel like there's a lot of detail here. There's a lot of beauty. I'm getting like royalty for some reason, but not that type. You know what I mean? Like as in more like what do I want to say? Regal energy, not so much like the royal family. You know what I mean? I don't know. There's a lot of magic here. There's a lot of intention. There's a lot of love. There's a lot of romance. There's a lot of gifts. There's a lot of gifts. There's a lot of gifts. There's a lot of education. There's so much promise. There's so much there's resource is what I want to say. There's so much resource available to you in this situation, and it can go almost anywhere. I feel like you have to teach this child something. I keep getting that. You're teaching a child something. All right. In the outcome, we have the World. And that's where I saw the other fairy I was mentioning before. Look at her big hair. I love it. Oof. There's some big hair on that fairy. And the World Lady. But Yes, the world. Where are we at the end of this reading? If we've had the Fool as the underlying energy and the world is in the outcome, you are at a fresh new beginning, a fresh new cycle. There has been a cycle that is completed, probably why the Emperor entered in the way he did. Like, all right, what's next? What's the next journey going to entail? What's it going to hold? And what's expected of me? Maybe the wrong word is expected there, but what is required of me in this next journey? I think there's a bit of that thought and a bit of that openness, a bit of that readiness. We have the Two of Wands, the Three of Wands, the Eight of Wands. Lots of wands here, lots of fire. So in the outcome, we close an old cycle. We're ready with all that we've learned from the last cycle to enter into a new cycle, well equipped and confident. But I think, does it go without saying to say that, yeah, confident, but like there still will be challenge. Anyway, the Two of Wands and then the Three of Wands. How's that? So Two of Wands, we're looking at taking things in a different direction. We don't want to repeat an old cycle. We want things to be different. Three of Wands shows that you have made the steps required in the outcome to ensure that we are on a different path now. We're not repeating old stories. The crossroads has happened, but there's now a matter of just a continuum of applying yourself while you see the results coming in, while you see the change. It takes a while for things to be affected and for that change to really take place. Other times we can make a little choice and we see the manifestation instantly. But in a situation like this, it's going to take time and teething and growth and cycles to see. And with the Eight of Wands at the end here, I just do see things actually, well, at first, maybe it's like, oh, how's it going to go? What's going to happen? And then boof, something happens where it's like, yeah, off we go. So for some of you, if this is about getting a business launched or something like this, like starting a thing and you're like, oh, how's it going to go? And at first it might be a little touch and go or seeing how it goes. But then with the Eight of Wands at the end here, normally I do 3 in the outcome, but that Eight of Wands needed to be here because it was to say that you're not going to sit in this limbo of, oh, when's it going to come in? When's it going to change, going to show itself? Like when the result's going to be here. You're just going to keep going with it. You're going to take it and run with it, and things are going to really move forward and perhaps in a really elevated way. Lots of communication, lots of research, lots of intention all in the same direction. All these wands are off on the same direction. There's no clashing. It's like working together here. It's got everything you need. Okay. So yeah, I see the rebuild after the Tower into the Empress there when I had a little look at the split. But it's like with the Hanged Man that showed itself there. All of this abundance is here for you to utilize. It is required of you that there's subtle shifts in perception and also openness. And vulnerability, but it's still this, like, I want to hold the Two of Swords up at this point because I still feel this, well, I don't know though, I still don't fully know, like it's gonna have to show itself. So anyway, let's jump into the oracles for your reading. You have from the Lonely Woods, just beautiful deck, like one of the most beautiful decks ever. Your inner light will guide you. Just love the art in these decks. So we'll go to the book as we do. Light your own torch now and use this inner light to guide you on the path. Your inner light will illuminate the stony ground, the loose rocks, the thorns, the ditches along the way. Keep your inner light burning bright and trust the story unfolding beneath your feet. No one else can light the way. It is the light in your heart that will give you the greatest guidance when all about you falls into darkness. You may feel utterly alone at present, but know that others can see your light and the way you are showing. The torch that you will bear will become the light that inspires others to step out of the crowd and follow the radiance of their soul. You are a way shower. Absolutely inspiring someone. You started this reading with the Emperor. And he's even holding, is he holding? Yeah, he's sort of holding his own torch there too. His own guiding light, he's holding it. And the Ace of Wands is in your immediate energy as well. You're holding that. Like it just, and when I see this, it's like clear the way, clear the negativity, have clarity, have knowing this is a new beginning. And the smoky quartz is next to you, also that added assistance of clearing, stop repeating self. Make a move. We already touched on that card before about stagnancy, and it was also that encourage get off your bum message if that is needed, if it's needed. For some of you, you're probably already so busy. I see a lot of effort and change here, but yeah, just keeping things moving if it comes to feeling like with the Four of Cups, if you're suddenly feeling just this overwhelm, emotional overwhelm, and a real sense of lack and not really noticing that it's actually going better than you think. There's just that, don't lose perception of how far you've come and how strong you are right now. We have cleansing. We'll have a little peek at the book. It was cool. I opened it straight to the page before. I was like, this feels like a really flowy reading. The end of one phase and the beginning of another is indicated and brought forward by lemons. A change of environment or situation and in your way of thinking is needed and will help you proceed. Although necessary, you can comfortably move forward gradually. Sell or get rid of things you no longer need as it's time for a physical clear out. Old habits need to die. Now is a great time to do it and have it done for good. I love that. I love that. That's actually a little cleansing spell I'm going to tell you in case you want it. You can skip ahead if you don't. Create a lemon wash to cleanse and consecrate magical tools and areas. So squeeze the juice of a lemon and slice up the remains. Add to a container along with 1 tablespoon of bicarb soda and 4 cups of hot water. Mix well and decant into a spray bottle as needed. Spritz over magical tools and areas and rinse. You may need to test a patch first to make sure the wash won't cause any staining or other damage. The astrological sign connected is Gemini. Celestial is the moon. Purification, friendship, longevity, love, and fidelity. All indicated with this card. Beautiful. Yeah. All right. So we also have the card Dandelion. I couldn't help but notice that crown being placed there. So again, it made me really feel like you're in control right now. But we'll go to the book for Dandelion. And I've asked for the dawn messages, which is quite suitable for you too this week. So I know I just went dawn for everyone and hoped it was right because I didn't get time to ask Jackson what he felt. Anyway, though the dandelion starts life earthbound and steady, it transforms into in the fall into a state where the earth cannot contain it anymore and it becomes airborne and ready for a new adventure. This card represents being stuck between choices, staying rooted to the safety of the ground or taking flight to new lands. This decision cannot be made lightly. It requires careful consideration and waiting for the right time to achieve results. But the decision must be made all the same. You cannot wait in limbo forever. So, especially for those that felt with the make a move card there, felt resonance. We have the card openness, as we've spoken about a bit in this reading. This is the time for you to be open to challenge, opening to your own strengths, open to things working out. I felt like I should say that with a laugh, like as if you might doubt that. Ritual, we saw it before, and then a couple of tea leaf oracles to finish off your reading. We have elephant, it was started with dog. Dog far away, a distant friend is thinking of you. You have tower, solid foundations and success with effort. Finger, warning you of a problem either now or in the near future. Quill, get back to basics. I feel like that's the message, because they came together, like the getting back to basics will help you with a problem that you might be facing right now or in the near future. And just seeing that 7 of Wands and stuff, like I do feel there's going to be something come up for you that's challenging, but it also feels like that's a test and it's like you're meant to rise to it and it's not actually that bad. We have August, that might have been a pivotal month for you. Elephant came with it. A long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. So this journey may have started in August, or August could be a special time for you, your birthday, someone's birthday, or also it could be that this new journey you're in right now could be August, that you really see the fruition or the completion of that cycle, potentially. Leave that with you for interpretations. But yeah, group 1. That is what I have for you in this reading. I hope that it has given you some sort of comfort, clarity, or guidance in this situation. I'll be opening October sessions for private readings soon, so keep your eye out. I'll make a post. And yeah, look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye, Group 1. Hey, Group 2, and welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the blue aura quartz, what looks like a shard of ice or glass even, and I often like to see this as like an icicle or like a I don't know, something about it feels like it hits a tender spot in the heart every time I see it. And it might be truth that's uncomfortable. It might be, it might have been a situation that's really painful and you felt stabbed in the heart, perhaps. I'm not sure exactly. But the message behind this particular crystal is one of psychic protection and releasing stress and letting yourself feel free of limitations, whether they're real or imagined, to help create the space you need for growth, for positive change, and for new opportunities to come in. So yeah, I feel like it's about freeing limitations, this whole situation, and that may come to that maybe be with regards to things that are like the truth you need to see about yourself, maybe, or about a relationship, or about a situation, whatever it is. There's like uncomfortable truth that you're ready to face, maybe, and that doesn't have to be something scary. I want to make sure it's not about something scary. I want you to know that it feels like it's more about maybe your own personal patterning, or your own your situation, and accepting and moving into an uncomfortable truth, whether maybe it's not uncomfortable, it is what it is. There's something that it'll help you move forward in the way you want to go. Underlying energy for this reading is the Hermit. So there's a lot of deep introspection at this time with regards to your direction, and maybe even a decision to make. Virgo is very introspective. It is the affirmation is I analyze with Virgos. It is the Hermit card, so time in isolation if might be necessary. Actually, underneath that is the Four of Swords. So yeah, absolutely. This is a time for you to really value your time alone and resting and letting, because there's some meditation that's needed here, I think. I think you're working through some personal inner stuff that no one else can, not to say no one can help you with. Wonderful if you've got help and friends and grounding and support, but there's something here that it's like you are going through this for you. Underneath that is the Eight of Pentacles. I will pull that up as well. I don't normally dig straight away, but it felt like I should. Eight of Pentacles is a brilliant card to see in this combination here, because again, she is on her own and focusing on what she's working on. She's developing something, and it kind of brings me back to actually this crystal. There's something like maybe it's realized in the Hermit and contemplated in the Four of Swords, and then you're doing something about it. You're like, if it's an uncomfortable truth, well, what are you going to do to change it? What are you going to do to alter the situation? What are you going to do to develop the skills you need, the strength you need to have things work out in the way, in a beneficial outcome? But I also want to make mention of these sweet little gnomes here, that you do have this unseen help. You do have a lot of assistance, whether it is in people around you or just those sweet little things that come through every day that tend to guide and help us. So you've got support. There's a lot. I'm hearing there's a lot banking on this, if that makes sense. And I feel like it's like you need to get through this because it's dependent on who you're going to be down the track, and then that's got nothing to do with anything you're even aware of yet. And that feels important to say. I hope that makes sense. But anyway, we'll get into your reading. I'm feeling a bit on today, I think, so should be interesting. All right, some of the energies I see in this reading today are no. Leo is here. Pisces I can see there. Yeah, there's not too many. I guess with the World card we could say, Virgo's there, of course, but the fixed signs we've got with Leo, Scorpio, Taurus and Aquarius because of the World. But yeah, no real major energies on the table. Doesn't matter too much anyway. Let's jump into the past energy for group one. We have the Six of Swords, the Six of Cups, and the King of Swords in the past energy. So Six of Swords, first and foremost, allowing there to be more tranquility and peace, allowing yourself to come out of I was going to say a decision, actually. So maybe you were choosing something that wasn't good for you and you're choosing something different now, or there's been a change, there's been a release. You may have been feeling like you're in the dark in a situation, you're coming into the light. You may have felt like things are really barren and destitute, and you're seeing now that there's actually opportunity in something you once thought was gone or dead, or in your life in general, or in yourself. The Six of Cups coming after the Six of Swords makes me feel like there's perhaps something is from the past is revisiting you, and it is in a better shape or a better form or more peaceful about the way it's unfolding. The King of Swords is here too, with a lot of strength and intellect. There's when I felt the King of Swords, it actually didn't feel like that. Sometimes, I mean, you might be dealing with a cold-hearted person who is a little bit abrupt or very focused on their outcomes. But I kind of got this feeling that this is actually somebody that's helpful to you. Maybe it's legal support, or maybe it's a guidance counselor, maybe it's your father, or it doesn't even have to be masculine. You actually have a woman running the boardroom here. And actually, I always wonder about this particular card, because it's called the King of Pentacles, Swords. And a lot of these in this deck have queens representing the kings. So is she the king, or is it this dude here? I don't know. If you have an opinion, I'd love to hear it, because I'm always like, which one's the king? Maybe it's open to how you feel in that reading. That's probably what I'd say. But anyway, when I'm seeing this, I was going to call it a drawing board, maybe. Well, I guess that's what it is, the board at the front. And it shows statistics on the board. I don't know if you can pick that up in the camera. And it's showing that things are on the up. But then it also does dip down again. So I feel like it's sort of looking at what's going to work moving ahead. If you're revisiting something, or you're rekindling a relationship or something like this, and it's really putting it all out there on the table, literally being very open and clear with your communication about what's going to work moving forward. If this is healing in a family dynamic or relationship, it's really revisiting the things that haven't worked out and being very clear about what your expectations or needs might be moving ahead. For some of you, this is couples counseling. You can definitely see the potential for that here as well. And to take on the tips that you're given from the counselor, if that is your situation, to implement those things in your life so that you can see the improvements that are available to you if you do implement certain things. So what else do I want to say here? Yeah, definitely talk of reunion here, or just like feeling a renewal of some kind in the family home or in very close to heart relationships. This can be soulmate feelings as well, someone you just feel very familiar with. With the King of Swords here, Six of Swords, for some of you there could be separation. I've got to read a fair bit actually, because there's a fair bit that could be. This could be separation or breakdown of the family home, and trying to work out custody situations, trying to let it maybe have better communication about how you manage the family or the children through co-parenting, or making decisions about assets or things that need to be divided. If it's like a divorce court situation, it could be the case too. There's definitely a lot of change here, and I'm getting this feeling like you've been sticking your head in the sand and you're not anymore. That's kind of, it doesn't say that here, but I can see it and feel it. Like you're, I don't know, I kind of feel like you're waking up to something, if that makes sense. And I don't know how, take it how it resonates, but like waking up, and I don't mean in the grand like, oh, I'm just awakening now, like, or maybe you are, but it's like more to do with just like you've maybe been avoiding something and you're not doing that anymore. You're actually addressing something. You're being more, you're stepping up more in some way. It doesn't mean you want to, or you might not want to. It might be uncomfortable, but who knows? But like you're doing it anyway because you've got to. Yeah. So in the week ahead, the current energy, we do have the Seven of Wands and the Eight of Cups. So I feel like that's where you're at right now, is trying to see things as keep the king because it's so close. And we've got that drop again with the board. So you see how it drops down and then goes up, down, and so this is a situation that you may feel extremely challenged about, and maybe feel like you already have the sense that it's not going to be easy. There's going to be flux. There's going to be real steep turns, and it goes really south real quick and maybe real up. Or there's this message here, and it's actually a little bit in your oracle as well, actually, about having the ability to handle turbulence, or having the ability to handle the challenge and not running from it. But releasing the emotional attachment and the charge that you have around the situation, but staying in your intellect, staying in your big plans, keeping your eyes on the prize or your eyes on the outcome or who it is you're growing into and what you want to be, or what you want the situation to be. Like keeping that discernment there, discerning is a real big one. And with the Eight of Cups here as well, like the energy of the Seven of Wands, which is pretty high charge too, you are dissipating that energy as it comes up. You're doing what's required to grow through challenge, and not run from things. It's interesting, you kind of want to grab all the oracles now, but I kind of want them to wait and just be a little cherry at the end too. Like, I'm so tempted. I keep putting them down because I'm like, go to grab them. I'm like, no, just wait, let it unfold. Maybe you're a little bit like that too. Maybe you're wanting to rush into something too. Maybe you're wanting to see or know, but it's like, just let it unfold. It'll be okay. Stay grounded, use discernment. Remember the Six of Swords is like, it feels, what do I want to say? Why did I pick it up? Because I'm like, hang on, is it that? Because I was going to say, this is goals right now I'm feeling for you. To come out of this feeling of pressure and anxiety and heaviness and carrying it all, to like, I don't need to actually carry this. It's actually going to be all right. And I just need to do this thing. I just need to focus on that thing right now, and the rest will fall away, or the rest will come together however needed. But what am I doing? Eight of Cups, yeah, releasing emotional charge, facing challenge. Seven of Wands is also the needing to defend yourself as well. That might be required here, especially if it's the court situation. So you may need to have your evidence, or have your, that's actually important for someone in this reading, getting evidence together, or getting, even if you think, oh, I won't need that, you actually might in the future. So start stockpiling like incident reports, if that's what it is, or just day-to-day unfoldings of a situation that you know you might need to do something with legally later. You better record things now. I'm feeling 12-12 when I saw there. No, that's not to alarm or anything, but it's just like to cover your tracks, to make sure if something comes to crunch, you know you've got all your paperwork in order, you know what you need to do. There's something here about organising paperwork, organising payments, or organising your life stuff. Maybe it's a will for someone. There's things to be organised, there's things to get done, maybe even study for some of you. There's something you need to create. Yes. I'm going to pull this one up early, because when I saw it, I knew it was about this. With the particular create energy that's come through here in the quality time cards, is the card to suggest, how shall I spend my quality time? Creating. If you're writing, then continue to write. If you make, candles or something as imaged here, then start creating those things. If there's something you want to make and create, that's where you ought to spend your energy this week, and not so much an emotional charge or overwhelmed mentally. Just feeling like letting that dissipate and just being more grounded and here. So next card is the Seven of Pentacles, which is kind of sweet to see after those kind of turbulent cards. I guess it gives you that grounding as well. It shows that it's not over yet. Take that out, resonates. You can get that in two ways actually, as I've said it, but it's not over yet. You've got some work to be done. You've got to knuckle down. There's some things you've got to tick off to get in line, get organized, get your affairs in order. I keep hearing, whatever that means for you, and just stay devoted, stay invested in what you're working on, because it's not something to be distracted from. For some of you, this is like a study or something, or it could be numerous things, your whole life in general, like you're being distracted by other people's stuff. Maybe it's like, no, it's my turn. I need to really knuckle down and focus on my goals. It's kind of how it feels. We have the Four of Pentacles next as well, which is again that all of these are they're limiting in a sense. It's like you've got work to do. There's no doubt about it, group two. I'm not gonna fluff around any longer. I feel very serious at this point in the reading, actually. You've got some work to do. Get to it. It's kind of how it feels. And that's good. You're good with it. You know you've got to do it. You're okay with it. Maybe it's not all entirely comfortable, but it's like got to be done. Some of it might be tedious, but it's still got to be ticked off. You haven't got so much to be giving to other people right now, and that's okay too. At times, I mean, by all means, be a benevolent being, help people as they come across your path, should you feel it's necessary, whatever. But when it comes to certain parts of you, your life, your time, your energy, and how you spend it, or your money even, and how you spend it, do understand that this is a time to conserve, to save, to not be like, if someone else is needing something, they can do it for themselves, then bloody well let them do it for themselves. Because it's just a time where you're needing grounding, stability, and building, and saving. Four of Pentacles. Next is the Six of Pentacles, which we do see again the benevolence there. But when I saw the Six of Pentacles, it actually felt like you getting help at this time. So maybe you're needing to reach out to support services or resources of any kind that are supportive to you, whether they be friends or internet resource, whatever, study information, tutoring, legal support, legal aid, whatever. This is really, it's quite the knuckle down energy here. And then the end your reading this week is the Ace of Pentacles. Not to end your reading, but to end your week ahead is the Ace of Pentacles. So you've got, after, I guess what, you're revisiting something old, it's lighter this time around. You're using discernment to move yourself through challenge and release emotional charge while staying focused on the things you want to create and invest your time and money into, having good boundaries when it comes to your time and money, reaching out for help and really utilizing that help to have a new beginning, because the Ace of Pentacles is here. So there is definitely a new beginning for you. This could be a whole new life for some of you. It could dovetail into a whole new life. There's definitely an offer here. This could be a new job. I just want to hold it up. I'm going to anyway. Affirmation for growth from the Everyday Witch is the card you have. And I just like look at I don't know why, I feel like that pot just makes me feel very Ace of Pentacles. And this is it. You're needing this growth, and you're needing positive affirmation around it. Let's go straight to the book for it because I held it up. So let's get a little water. Okay, so growth is necessary for life. The opposite of growth is stagnation, and no one wants to be stuck, sitting still and never moving forward. Growth takes effort and sometimes can be scary. It doesn't happen by itself. You have to nurture it and feed it. Whether it is body, spirit, or some part of your life, your career, or a relationship, what do you want to grow and prosper in your life? And what are you doing to make it happen? The action of this card is to take an action that will help some aspect of your life grow in a positive way, or reach out and help someone else grow, like a child. We see it in the Six of Pentacles. I mean, it could be you helping others, and like I said, by all means, do so where it feels necessary. But I think you are the one who could really benefit from being supported, even if it's not like you actually haven't, this is my issue, can you help me with it? Like that's so, black and white. Maybe it's just support in general. Maybe it's just knowing that someone's in your corner. Maybe that's all you need. But anyway, where am I? A child who needs guidance, or a friend who could use a helping hand. Do something to nurture the earth or tend a garden, whether it is outside or inside on a windowsill. So yeah, definitely see that in the Seven of Pentacles as well. And this little pot, if you're needing a bit of gardening time, if your gardening's feeling a little bit disheveled at the moment or neglected, then it could be a bit of a representation as well. So I can definitely take that message. My garden so needs the attention. We're coming out of winter here though, so it's coming to time for garden tending. Anyway, the divination, this card is telling you it's time to stop standing still. There is a project you have been working on. So is there a project you've been working on? You might want to give it more energy and attention. Or take a look at your life and see if it is moving forward in the ways you would like it to. If not, what can you do to change that? Are your relationships growing and blooming? How can you mature them so they do? This card reminds you that all growth must be nurtured and encouraged. Kind of got a lot of messages for myself in that one. I really resonate with group 2 a lot lately, so I'm not surprised if that was also for me. Because yeah, I need to get moving on some things that have been just not moving. All right, so where are we now? Where am I up to in the actual reading? Yeah, week ahead. So let's go to the challenge. In the challenge, we have the world, first of all. So the challenge may be completing a cycle, letting yourself move into a new cycle, allowing yourself to shine the growth, shine the light of the growth you've gone through, I think is the message in this one particularly. Because you've learned a lot, you've come through so much, you've come so far, but I'm getting from this that it's either that you may feel like you're not totally utilizing all of your skill set or stepping into your potential fully. But it is time for you to shine, because next was the sun, and you can see how this person's inner light illuminates. There's all these dark people around them. They're busy, they've got their head down, they're feeling a little like this guy's got a bit of a gruff face, but then as the person who's closer to her is infected by this light and she starts to smile. And that's the thing here. I'm feeling like you need to shine your light on who you are regardless, and maybe even spend a bit of time, like the Hermit suggests over there, the Four of Swords suggests the Eight of Pentacles, spending some time on thinking about what is that? What does that look like? It just feels like you need to do things on your terms a fair bit right now, and there's something about like doing it regardless. So if you want to live your life in a certain way and feel a certain way and be happy and be optimistic and be all these things, but the people or a person or situation or workmates or whatever around you don't resonate with that, or sort of squash your vibe or anything like that, it's like this message of no, like you need to shine regardless, because it will actually leech onto them, and that's not your intention. That's just a byproduct of what you're doing. But you need to shine regardless, and that might be the challenge. Maybe you're feeling like I can't shine in this place. Maybe you're feeling like I've got to move out of this place before I can shine. My housemates are driving me nuts, or I can't shine in this workplace. It's that sort of thing. And so you're being asked to shine regardless, and that's your challenge, that's your test. What else do I have here? The Nine of Swords and the King and the Knight of Wands. So the challenge may also, like I said, feeling positivity, shining positivity, and allowing yourself to have genuine growth in your life at this time, and to come out of an old cycle and to land into the new cycle with positivity, not the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is in your challenge. So there's a lot of anxiety here. There's a lot of anxiety. There may be really dreams that consume you or give you not such great restful sleep, and sending lots of messages for you to break down later. We have the Knight of Wands here as well. You may be fearful of inconsistency. You may be fearful of instability. You may be fearful of someone coming in and out of your life. You may be, instability is what I felt the most about this. You may just really want something solid for yourself, and relying on someone else might not feel safe right now. That could be the case. Needing to rely on you in a big way. And to let the fairies in here, right? Let them in, let the positive thoughts in. Go and open a window for someone out there that has got all the windows closed. Like, just open a window, let some fresh air in. You'd be surprised what it actually does for the whole space and your own mind. Let some light in, let some positive music in, like play some music that breathe. There's actually, it came up, I've got it here. It came up when I really wanted a particular song for someone, and so I just chucked on a playlist that I knew that song was on, and it went straight to that song, as it does. And I feel like I should mention it for someone if you might feel called, but it's called Trigger Protection Mantra on Spotify. So I just screenshot it when it came up, so I was like, but anyway, I just felt called to mention that. Trigger Protection Mantra. Or any other music that brings you healing, brings you tranquility, takes you out of this feeling of anxiety. And what else is there? Devil, so I want to see what else is in the Knight of Wands. And we got the Devil there, Ten of Pentacles there, Seven of Cups. You might feel like, there's something that just doesn't serve you, a certain pattern or a certain, there's a certain thing you're wanting to break away from to have more stability, more long-term stability. That's very clear. So there's something that could be quite toxic that you're tempted by, or that threatens your personal power in some way. And I think you need not fear that temptation or fear that thing, because you're actually a lot stronger. Like I said before, you've come through so much more than I think you're giving yourself credit for right now. You've got so much more potential than you might be actually using right now. You've got some muscles there that you're maybe not using currently, but that's okay. That's part of what you're moving through right now, is actually, well, I know I'm going to use these muscles. I've got them. You've got them all right. And we see strength here in what will help with that challenge. Damn straight, strength. Utilize that strength you've got, because you've got it by the bucket load, group 2. Absolutely. Keep running in the direction of your dreams. 9 of Cups is next. Your wish fulfillment. Keep your eyes on the prize. Know what you want. We also have the 3 of Cups here as well. For some of you, awesome birthday celebration coming up. Happy birthday if that is for you. We could be celebrating someone else's. But anyway, back to normal messages here. We do see celebration here with the 3 of Cups. So potentially reunion, or a milestone, an achievement of some kind. But it's achieved. You're running towards this with your strength, is what it's trying to say. Sometimes I hear a tangent, I think, no, it's too long. Shorten that for me. You can't, so I'm like, well, I won't say it then. Anyway, this is what you're moving through. This is carry on from the challenge. You've got the strength to move towards things that are much better, to trust that things are actually going to be better as well. Keep your eyes on the prize. So in further guidance here, we have the 3 of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and the 2 of Cups. It's quite sweet to see that all these 3, 6, 2 of Cups, 9 of Cups in a reading, Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles. There's so many beautiful cards here. And the only challenging cards are, like, this is the challenge you have to face. You're not exempt from reality and from life and its journeys and its lessons that are here for you. Like, I just feel like telling you it's only a lesson. You'll be right. Like, if you were worried. Anyway, 3 of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. So teamwork, working together with love, bringing more unconditional love into the group works, into the group situations that you're involved in, finding more companionship within yourself first, and then with sharing that with another. I do feel like there's a real need for companionship with self in a big way, because that is going to hold you through any challenge. But I also feel like having that with self will strengthen that exact same companionship you have with others. We can only connect with ourselves with others as deep as we can connect with ourselves. And so I think that's sort of what the growth you're being encouraged to move through right now will have an immediate effect on your most intimate relationships in a very positive way. So it's beneficial that you rise to the challenge. But we do see a lot of love and harmony in connections right now. You're clearly being blessed with a very beautiful relationship of some kind. It doesn't have to be someone you're dating. It can also be, or your husband or wife or anything. It could also be a particular friend or a business partner, or it could be in a whole group of friends. In a sense, we have got the 3 of Pentacles here, but you're just feeling that overall support, that companionship to be held. For some of you, this is also it's through group dynamics. It's through getting yourself out there and meeting other people and learning different things and having different adventures through other groups and situations that you will find the healing and love that is necessary, that will lead you to this 2 of Cups. For those of you that are sort of feel like there's potential for you to meet someone very special in the near or distant future, for those that sort of resonate with that, you're a single person, and this could be about many things and peoples and situations, and this could also be about friends, but you've got that subtle hint that there's someone out there for you in the near future, then that is also saying here that yes, that is absolutely true. And for those that are healing a relationship, 6 of Wands, then clearly that is, you are working together. If there's couples counseling going on like we mentioned earlier, then that is really going to be working to continue to love unconditionally, to understand that you both have differences and you both have your own journey to go through, but to give love to that, to give love to each other and understanding. Unconditional love feels like a really important thing to mention with that Ace of Cups. And it's like loving each other through the mess of creation here. Loving, like whether this is someone you know already and you're with them, or it's someone who you haven't met yet. You're going to love each other through the mess that it is required of you to become the masterpiece you're meant to become. So this person is going to love you through your mess, and vice versa. You're going to love each other through, and it's going to get messy, right? She's covered in paint, but she's happy with the masterpiece that she's created. And then that goes to the Two of Cups. It brings the union in. It brings that special, that just solidness, like I've got you and you've got me. I'm not letting go, that type of thing. I can feel that for you, some people here. But like I said, it doesn't have to be with regards to like a more intimate relationship with marriage and whatnot. So in the outcome, we have got the Ace of Swords, the Tower, and the Fool. What a great combination to see here. A few ways to read it as well. So with the Ace of Swords, I'm seeing here that it is through clarity and clear communication that you will crumble and break apart the foundations that were no longer the tower that was on unsteady foundations, I should say. There never was a good foundation here to see the Tower. And seeing the Fool directly after it, it's like you have clarity in what needs to go to have this new beginning. And I feel like you're working through it. You're working through the anger. You're working through the frustration, the triggers. See that Seven of Wands there. You're working through all of that to have this fresh beginning, to really, like, something has to die here. Something has to be destroyed. And you're aware of that. The clarity for that is here. I don't feel like an ultimate sense of protection around this experience as well. You're healing and having a new experience. You're going to come out the other side here feeling so fresh and new. Maybe there's some anger yet to come through. Maybe there needs to be heated conversations. Maybe things need to be cleared. Maybe a decision needs to be made that it ultimately pisses you off, but then it sets you free. Like, you literally see that expression in the cards here. Or maybe you need to tell someone else the truth that pisses them off, but ultimately it sets you free. It's like there's no sticking your head in the sand here. It must be faced. There's protection around how it unfolds, and everything will be all right during and on the other side. And that, I just keep coming back to how far you've come and your ability to perceive and move through this. So yeah, there is a time for change and refreshing yourself. You're refreshing your system as well. Like, so if you've been doing things that slow you down, if you've been drinking heavily or eating foods that don't make you feel, waking up feeling like you've got energy and feeling well, or afterwards it just puts you straight into a sleep, then maybe that's not the right food for you. Looking at things to do to support your body, I want to get out here just as an extra message, because I feel like you deserve the fighting chance, and give yourself a fighting chance by supporting a system with good nutrition and rest and such. So in the oracles for the reading from the beautiful Lonely Woods, we have Into Your Arms. I'll go to the book for it. Alrighty. Soon will come a homecoming, a time of enrichment and contentment and goodness. There will be kin, a soul family to whom you know you belong, and they likewise to you. The solitude you have experienced means you have more to share now than ever before. You did not forget who you were in the lonely times. You became who you were meant to become next, and here you are. And because of that, here they are, the friends and the companions who see you, understand you, accept you, love you, reach for you in the morning, and kiss you as you fall asleep. The time of solitude shaped your soul, and the shape it took has become beautiful indeed. And that's what I'm seeing in the whole reading here. Like, you're turning this into something beautiful, even if it does challenge you, even if it is frightening at times. Even if you're not sure how it works out, like, you give it a red hot go. And I want to bring this up now. The cards I was talking about before, actually, yeah, they kind of go all together. It's interesting because, yeah, you have from one deck Bramble, and then these two came together from another deck, Healing Chaos and Simplicity. Just hold it like that. And even the colours, like, it speaks for itself. Those that are readers, like, you'll know the energy of Bramble. Like, what is Bramble? Just the word Bramble, what does that tell you? Like, struggling, conflicted and constrained and things like that. Thicket and thorns and such. And then chaos and simplicity. Healing chaos and simplicity. All the butterflies around the So it's like something's here to stir you up, but it's necessary. All the butterflies around it, it's like it's stirring up your healing, it's stirring up your growth, it's elevating your growth. It's like, now's the time. I feel like something's shaking you, like get on track or go do the thing. Like, yeah, there's something about that for sure. So bramble. You can never be too prepared for the next curveball. Even if things seem to be going well right now, take a moment to consider what pitfalls might lie ahead and how things can go wrong. Now, even in the worst case scenario, you'll be ready to catch yourself before you fall. Just like the bramble always protects itself against disaster, so too will you be safe from the worst of the fallout. And I felt that before about getting the affairs in order, like making sure things are all squared away for you, because you'll be grateful you did later. And as I said, we have that healing chaos and simplicity, and that's how I think you're healing chaos, with simplicity. But we'll go to the book anyway. For healing chaos, when you receive this card, it acknowledges potential chaos or the need for chaos as an activator for profound healing. If your life seems chaotic, know that it has an underlying energy of healing. You're being healed on all levels. You are a healer. Alternatively, if your life is calm to the point of being stagnant, this card suggests it might be time to create a bit of chaos in your life. It will activate healing, do the unexpected, and mix life up a bit. And do we have simplicity here? Yeah, simplicity. To find a sacred simplicity and have clarity in your life, do only what matters. Release everything else. Simplify your life. Scan all areas. That's that Four of Pentacles, I'm telling you. Scan all areas and clear both internal and external clutter. Rest, rejuvenate, and only participate in what is truly important to you. Relinquish everything else. Do not delay. Do it now. When your life is cluttered with objects, relationships, time constraints, and emotions, there's no room for spirit. There is too much static and too much stuff to connect to your soul. The smallest amount of clutter clearing can make the biggest difference. And if that just means you need to take a little break from a connection or something right now, do it. Do it for yourself. You will come back better. Everything will be better. And the right people will always understand. So yeah, group 2, I think that's what I have for you in this reading. No, wait. We have some tea leaf oracles to finish your reading. We have dog close up, pleasure with a close friend. We have victory in some endeavor. Scales, keeping your life in balance. Archway, opportunities, possibilities, and paths are opening up. Barking dog, advice from a friend. And unicorn, use your intuition to make beneficial changes. And as that card just suggested, the intuition, the spirit can't connect if you are so bogged down by all these other things. So clearing that out and creating simplicity, clearing the way will help that intuition come in nice and strong. You'll know exactly what to do. So group 2, that is what I have for you in this reading. If you'd like a private reading with me, I'm about to open up October and I'll mention that. I'll shoot a little message out to the world. And yeah, I hope you got some comfort, clarity or guidance in this reading, and I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye, group 2. Hey, group 3, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the amethyst, then this one is for you. So amethyst is the stone of calming. It is the stone to support your intuition. It definitely brings a lot of healing and calming to people who wear amethyst. I'm just getting from this particular piece that it's like you've gone on a long journey in this life when it comes to your intuition. Maybe you're a teacher, or maybe it's something that you've really invested a lot of years fine-tuning your abilities. It's kind of what I feel here. And I just get that the spiritual journey is a very special one for you when I look at this particular crystal today. And it has taken you through some of the hardest challenges. Like without your spirituality, without your connection to your guides, you may not have found as much peace and strength as you have through being connected to them when it comes to life's obstacles and being a human. I feel like when I look at this crystal, a lot of people connecting to this reading might feel like you ultimately don't belong here perhaps, or that you've come here for something particularly special. It does feel like I'm connecting to a lot of purpose and there's been a lot of ups and downs when I look at this crystal. And yeah, it's like maybe part of it just accepting that you have to be here on earth has been challenged. Maybe you've been out of body for some time. Maybe that's why intuition, spirituality, the spiritual realm maybe called to you in earlier life, but you've since learned grounding, I feel, as well, and the importance of accepting your role here on earth. I don't know who, that might not be for everyone, but there's something there. Anyway, into your reading, group 3, some of the main energies I can see here is Pisces, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, Libra, all here. So it could be you, it might not be, it's all good if it's not. I see Leo there too with passion. Oh, and yet Leo's there as well. So, all right. Anyway, let's jump into the past energy, group 3. We have the 9 of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Swords in the past energy. First was the 9 of Wands, and I immediately, when I saw this card, I can, we already know it's the Wounded Warrior card, but I do feel just so much exhaustion here. I feel like this is actually you in the aftermath of something, and this you've passed since this, like time has passed and whatever, but I'm just pinpointing a moment in time where you have perhaps just come back from a journey, or you have had to deal with some family issues, or it could be to do with anything, but you've got to the other side just trying to hold it together or something is kind of what I felt. Like you've had to come through something and kind of get this, like, life goes on, or you've had to get back to work or get back to responsibility, but you're still actually kind of dealing with something internally, and maybe not everyone around you knows about that. You might be a bit guarded with your personal things, but it'd be good to talk to a good dear friend. I just see 2 women talking together, 2 older women, I don't know, just quickly there. So maybe you've got a dear friend you can have a cup of tea with. It feels like a cup of tea chat, or maybe that's something you already did that helped. But yeah, there's a lot there for that 9 of Wands. So we have the 8 of Pentacles next as well with the 4 of Swords. So all of this together could be about your work. You may feel like there's been delays or stagnancy around your work, or it could be that your work is the only thing kind of keeping you afloat with other things that are delayed and stagnant around you. So take it out, resonates. But what I see here is, with the 4 of Swords, 9 of Wands, there's a bit of exhaustion and a bit of just drained, maybe. I don't know if drained is the right word, but it kind of feels like not the wrong word. Yeah, with the 4 of Swords, you may have been coming out of a period, or just finding yourself in a period of just sort of doing what you've got to do to keep afloat, or doing what you've got to do to get by. There's that sort of energy in this. Like, although he's quite happy, there is a happiness in, this is the happy tarot, but there is a happiness in the 8 of Pentacles. Like, I think you love your work. I think you're very connected to your work. It's like, you're growing, life is abundant, things flow when you're working on the things that are important to you, or there's something about your work that makes reality glow, if that makes sense. So maybe you help other people, or maybe you literally work in lighting, like that, wouldn't that be funny? But yeah, I see you just getting it all done anyway, regardless of what might be going on for you personally on the inside. Like, I do feel a lot of you are doing quite well on the surface of things, but deep down there might be just a little bit of something, So 4 of Swords. Spirit comes first when I look at this card. Just look at the way the light shines through the stained glass in the 4 of Swords. I just feel like, regardless of what it is, the pain, the 3 of Swords sitting that you might be contemplating sitting with here, it's you're all right. That Spirit's shining healing onto you. That, yeah, everything's fine. Everything will be fine. But I'll pick it up again because it follows on into the 9 of Swords. So you may not feeling, this is in the current energy, you may not feel like everything is fine. You may be really overwhelmed with these swords here. You may be, she's in the bed and awake, so you may have had nightmares. You may be finding it hard to get off to sleep, or just finding it hard to shut your mind off, or just hard to shut the angst off. There's a lot of anxiety here. Maybe you wake up in the morning and it's like it might just all bombard you first thing in the morning. I know I can get like that at times, and then it takes a bit of effort or rituals or practices to help clear that, and so that you can have a nice day and sort of start the day with a fresh slate. So for some of you, yeah, you might wake up heavy or wake up with things that are difficult to deal with. It might take a bit to get your body moving. Maybe you're a bit stiff and sore. But yeah, I feel, what do I want to say? I just kind of feel like it is what it is. And it's okay, of course. Three of Swords is the next card out, so we'll continue to talk about it. You've definitely got like the Three of Swords here represented in the 4, but also here it's come out as well. So you're definitely contemplating things that have been quite painful for you and trying to find healing. Spirit is absolutely guiding that healing. I'm really feeling like it's through meditation and spiritual practices that will give you the most healing in this situation. And of course that cuppa with a friend, whoever that's for. And Healing Waters, actually, I keep looking at it, so I'll pull it up. Healing Waters is here, and it's sort of sat above the Four of Swords in such a way that the water kind of trickles on down through the light. So this could be also that message for you that let's just go to the book, because I think it'll be beneficial. The Healing Waters at this time. And so the divination, this card is a reminder to connect with water in its most powerful ways. If you can go to a body of water, the ocean, a lake, or even a stream, now is a good time to do so. If you don't have one nearby, maybe buy a small laptop fountain. Oh, table. I'm like, why buy a small laptop? What? Never mind. Buy a small tabletop fountain and spend some time listening to it. The sounds of water moving is almost as healing as the waters themselves. There's also nice tranquil sounds on YouTube with rain and storm sounds. How nice are they? Action. Here's an action I'll suggest. Take a healing bath or a shower. If you don't have a tub, or a shower if you don't have a tub, put some quiet music. Goodness me, can I read today? Put on some quiet music if you like and add some sea salt to the water or the tub. Use a salt scrub if you're in the shower. Be mindful of the elements of water as you bathe. Visualize illness, pain, sadness going down the drain. Let the water wash away your troubles. Let the rain wash the dust off the car. Like the rain washes the dust off the car. Gosh. Come out of your bath or shower feeling healed and renewed and reconnected to the power of water. There's whatever comes to you intuitively with regards to connecting to water healing. Any rituals or ideas that come to you, just follow them naturally. You're very intuitive, very guided. The messages are there. You can see it here, Spirit is shining down on you. There's a lot of, for some of you, that's just your faith. You know your faith is what pulls you through something. So it went from this Three of Swords, the feelings of perhaps pain, betrayal, and heartbreak here. We have next the Ace of Swords and then the High Priestess, which I'm not surprised to see her in the center of your reading. The Ace of Swords and the High Priestess is the clarity and truth that comes from trusting in the mystery and falling and leaning into your faith. And I think that's the biggest thing that pulls you through here. It's also understanding that this situation, it has purpose. And I think you're somebody who really understands that even in discomfort and pain and struggle and challenge, there is beauty unfolding. There is purpose here. There's always something here to learn or to grow from. And I think you're just, what do I want to say? I'm not sure. I feel a little more lost in group 3 than I did with group 1 and 2. 1 and 2 just came out of the gate sort of swinging in a sense. And with group 3, I feel more sort of floating around a bit. So I don't know if that's just the energy I'm picking up on. Where you're not so certain where to go, what's going on, or something like that. So there might be a bit of fluidity about your life at this time, and that's okay. Just literally trust the mystery. The High Priestess is in the center of your reading, and your week actually. Oh God, there's so many ways I want to say this, because I'm seeing a really positive turn at the end of your week. Beautiful moment or moments for you. Blessings, support, all of that is there. And I feel like that happens regardless. I don't want to say that, but I also want to mention that this is also this is like the goodness that comes next, the blessings that are coming in, the support, whatever this is for you, and more to come, is also dependent on your mindset and your choosing, because the law of attraction is playing out in these cards, and I can feel it. Coming from angst, anxiety, worry, concern, exhaustion into, well, hey, no, actually, I can let all of that go and drop back into my faith. I have hope that everything is going to work out just fine. There may even be a conversation had that, or like a message come through from your guides that gives you what you need to let it go, or to find peace and balance. So the next card after the High Priestess, and I believe this is what you invite in, is the Six of Pentacles, along with the Three of Cups, the Ten of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. So how beautiful is that energy after coming out of the Nine of Wands, Four of Swords, Nine of Swords, Three of Swords? Ugh, that's not comfortable. But it's life and you can handle it, right? But what you've got here, I feel the Six of Pentacles is help coming in. I feel like this could be that cup of tea with a good friend, or it could be somebody that comes along to support you in a project you're working on, or it could be whatever it could be for you. We'll leave it open. But there's celebration here with the Three of Cups. Somebody is helping you, or maybe somebody's celebrating something with you. Maybe you're celebrating with someone. Ten of Cups is here. This is the ultimate happiness card of the tarot. It's the 10. It's happiness in abundance. There's so much happiness here. And with the Ace of Wands, there's a lot of connection and passion and just feeling like everything is divine. So when I see like all of this heaviness, and then the Ace of Swords and the High Priestess shows up after seeing the light shining on you through the challenge, like the light shines through the darkness, it shines through the negativity, and it reaches you. And if you feel like it hasn't been reaching you lately, it's about to. That's what the message is showing. It is about to. There is a reunion or reconnection or celebration and coming together with dear friends here. There's assistance and support. There's the Ten of Cups, just feeling an overall sense of goodness, right? And like and it may be, oh, it's all going to be okay. And this can be over the whole span of your life, like all the different facets of your life. Like, it's going to be all right. But I kind of also get that this is pertaining to one particular area as well, and that area thriving then makes the other areas of life thrive too, so they're always interconnected anyway. I hope that makes sense. And then the Ace of Wands, which is clearly divine inspiration and feeling that passion. Oh yeah, of course, we've got the Passion card in this reading. Duh. Didn't even realize. I love that. I'm like reading away, and the spirit, like one of the cards will just come and smack me in the face from the table. Anyway, I'm going to go to the book for Passion. Look at the core of what usually motivates you for direction and a lifting of any negative energies, because a focus on self-love and developing a better understanding is needed. Beetroot supports your heart chakra and will show you that new projects, personal goals, and emotional healing are all in positive light with a chance of success. Challenges include family disagreements and getting stuck on the superficial. I kind of felt like of course not for everyone, but I felt like a challenge with a fatherly energy as I was pulling the cards earlier, but I don't know where it came through exactly. Definitely felt family matters, and I kind of felt, might be very oddly specific, but for someone that like your family may not live close to you, you may have had to recently go through some stuff with them, and now you're kind of just back on your own energy again, and still just trying to find peace and acceptance with who they are as people or what's going on or something there. But it's all natural. I see everything settling as it should, and it's what you take from it, and it's how you treat yourself, I think, as well. Something there, not for everyone, but anyway. In the challenge, we have got the Ten of Swords and the Six of Swords. A little emotional to see those cards there, I have to say, when I first pulled them, because there is an ending and you're moving away from it. But what I got from this card as well is that there's something, no, this is definitely not for everyone, definitely specific, but for those of you that have left an ending and you kind of had to give them a piece of your mind or something, or you had to have revenge, or you had to do something, or you didn't have to, but you did. There's part of, I think I see someone getting to a point where they're like, you know what, it's actually not worth it. it's actually not worth it. Maybe you used to do that, and it's like you decided that's not worth it, and you decided to actually take all of that energy and things that you would have normally projected onto that situation, and you're taking it with you, and you're like, I'm actually going to conserve my resource. I'm going to spend this energy in a better place. Like, I see you shifting where you spend your energy. And maybe that's the broader message for everyone, but the more specific situation I just said is for whoever it's for. We have the Seven of Wands here as well, so there could be ongoing conflict or ongoing stress around it, but you just want to move yourself away from it, moving towards a better horizon. You got a better horizon shining on the two cards here, bit of a sunset on the other one. It's something has definitely concluded with that sunset. You had to maybe stand on the hill and defend yourself, or you might have, or maybe it's that after the aftermath, like after you've gone away, or after the whole in the aftermath, you still had to maintain your position or your choice, or sticking to it, that sort of thing potentially. You could have to deal with a lot of different opinions about what it is you choose, or you could just have varied opinions that you kind of just got to stick to your guns with what you want and maintain your peace and accept endings. Allow yourself to get out of situations that are no good. You don't need to fight anymore. Like, it's just not worth it, I really get. So however, that maybe the story I gave might resonate in a different way for some. But it's still the same message of like, this just isn't worth my energy. I'm going to go put it elsewhere. And then in the what will help with the challenge, we have the Four of Wands. Love to see that for you. And it reiterates that you've got some great people in your life. I really feel that for you, Group 3. You've got some bloody, I don't know if that's, I keep seeing a woman having a tea, and I don't know if she's got white hair, maybe it was once blonde, and it's quite straight, and it's maybe shoulder length, and she's got like glasses, and I don't know, I'm just seeing her have a cup of tea, and she's a good friend. She's a spiritual woman. She's a wise woman. I don't know. That's what I saw. Anyway, Four of Wands, Nine of Cups in the World. What will help with the challenges for you to keep your eyes on the prize with your wishes, surround yourself with community that support you, your soul tribe, your people. Continue. I'm getting organising events, so you might like to plan a party, or you might like to plan just a gathering for the heck of it, or you might like to plan a particular program or group work or something here with the Four of Wands. I'm getting like an occasion that you want to plan and you want to pull it off. Maybe it's like a big idea, like, oh, I wonder if I can pull that off. I don't know, you might have a vision for something you want to facilitate, and you will, and your suggestion is to keep your eyes on that prize, to create this beautiful situation, create this world, invest in whatever that party thing is. I don't really get that quite strongly. It doesn't have to be a party, but it's something like an event of some kind. And I do feel a lot of you are the hosts of that event. Some aren't, of course. Some might be going to an event. Nine of Cups. Yeah. Whatever's going on here that you're, stressed about, feeling painful about, but leaving behind you, just put on some music and dance. Trust that you're coming into the better times. Continue doing what is required of you to bring about the end of cycles and the beginning of new cycles. And potentially moving home for someone here as well, purchasing a home or renovating a home. Something about a home. But it feels more to do with, less to do with like a house, and more to do with what you feel inside that place, if that makes sense. So maybe we'll leave it. Further guidance in this reading, we have the Two of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles. All right. Now this looks more like the cards that talk about the quiet moments, I think. The moments when you're not busy with work and you're not doing this and doing that, but you're sort of just more reflective. And I feel like it's take a load off, like take a bit of the pressure off yourself, take a bit of the expectation off your shoulders. I keep coming back to have a cup of tea. I keep getting that. You need to maybe, I don't want to say you need to slow down because damn group 3, it's been like, you know, it hasn't been accelerated for some time. It's been what it's been. And for some of you, it's been gruelingly slow. But I just feel like you can go about it a little lighter. You don't need to carry the pressure or the responsibility so much if you're feeling overwhelmed by how much you need to do, or just so many different facets of life and other people's stuff and whatever else, you know. I do feel here that it's like with respecting your own boundaries and your own limitations at the moment, just take rest where necessary. Don't take on too much, and understand that you will manage, because the Two of Pentacles is there, which is you navigating multiple different things at once, trying to keep it all afloat, trying to keep it all going, trying to keep everything, you know, functioning well. But with the Two of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands, like, damn, that's busy energy. Like, that's a lot to try and manage and juggle. So wherever you can give yourself a moment's grace, please do. Yeah, there's something else in this when I first pulled it, and it felt more to do with another situation that you've just come out of dealing with. And it's like, you kind of just need to do what's right for you at the moment. That's all I can say about it. I think it's like whatever I was picking up on before, I'm not being able to grab it again. Unless there may be a little confirmation. What do we got? Page of Pentacles, is that? I think that's, or it might be the Knight of Pentacles and the Hermit and the Eight of Cups. Yeah. That's definitely indicating that you're needing a lot more time connecting to spirit right now and trusting and letting go of the shit that's not yours to carry, basically. Or the stuff that's not coming with you, learning how to drop that. And it's not like, oh, drop it. And if you're like, well, how do I drop it? Or feeling like you're doing the wrong thing because you are carrying it. That's more of the pressure you need to take off as well. Like, so even me telling you to drop it, like, even drop me telling that, like, you know what I mean? I hope I'm making sense, but I feel just like, be at peace. I don't know, I'm losing it now, that siren coming. I don't know if you can hear a siren coming past, but it's like, something keeps pulling me out of the message I'm trying to find in here. And I know it's there, but I don't want to give up, I want to find it. So maybe there's something in that for you. Maybe you don't want to give up on something, but you might need to for a time just to find grounding again and go from there. Saving your money right now, saving your energy. You haven't got more to give to other people at the moment. You just don't. So where necessary, the similar message for group 2 actually, where necessary, say no, you can do that yourself, thank you. People asking more of you than they need to. That might be the case. So just, yeah, be careful. Saving money, definitely saving money right now. There might be a bit of extra bills coming in suddenly. I'm just getting car registration, like car repair or something. Not for everyone. I hate to scare people with that message in general, but I do feel like an unsuspected bill coming through here as well, that for some of you, or maybe it's not unexpected, but it's more than you expected. Power bills being higher or something, I don't know. There's definitely a lot to, that's just one thing, you know. I think there's so many other things. All right, I'm just going to move on to the outcome. And in the outcome, we have the Wheel of Fortune, Judgment, and the Queen of Wands. I love this outcome for you because we see the wheel is turning. The wheel is turning based in your perception of what's going on and with your perception of your own personal power and how you're seeing the world. That's what I'm getting from this. And I think it comes back as it sits directly under the Ace of Swords and the High Priestess in the reading as well, which is another judgment card in itself. If you put them together, that would make a judgment card for sure. Wheel of Fortune next to the Three of Cups, why not? So this is a fortunate time for you to step into your power, to let go of the worries, to trust in spirit, to trust in what's unfolding, to trust in your own magnetic power to attract what you want to attract. And what is that required? What is required of you to be in that magnetic alignment? Where do you need to raise your vibration? Is it in thought process? Is it in, overexerting yourself and being aware of that and toning it down, bring it back? But I see in the outcome, what's that? That almost looked like a volcano erupting with the candy in the background. I don't think that's what it's trying to say, but that's what I saw. So why did I see that? Confirmation. 8 of Wands. Well, that's a volcano, isn't it? Yeah, that confirms what I'm feeling when I look at the volcano. That it's to say that there's a lot of actual excitement and things happening in the background or in the near future. In fact, things are going to get quite wild and busy for you at some point, I'm feeling here too. So it could be like a wild end of the year. Things might really pick up for you and change quite a bit. But what I see the most here is that you have the power to choose, you have the power to create your own reality and accept certain things in your life or not. And I think that's why the Queen of Wands is here. I think there's also a need for you to step up into teaching something here. So there might be something for some of you that you're not so sure you're capable of doing that, but you actually are, and you need to show yourself that you are through whatever means necessary. The Spirit will give you the opportunities to prove that to yourself. So if there's something you're afraid of doing, maybe you're a reader but you've never really touched mediumship, then you're being encouraged to do that. Or maybe you've excelled in one area and there's there's another area that you haven't really totally touched yet, and you're not sure if you've got what it takes, but you actually just need to just go give it a go. There's definitely for you. So, into the Oracle cards for you. We have Hope is like a hummingbird from the Lonely Woods deck. Isn't it stunning? So from the book, hope will come to you again. And just when you feel most heavy, most joyless, know that the miracle will occur. Like a hummingbird, it will come small and weightless, bringing back the joy of living, the lightness of being. Soon you will savor the sweetness of life. And wherever negativity creeps in whatever form it comes, it will be transformed. Love shall come in the simple task of life, and gratitude will flow from your heart. Like the hummingbird, you may feel small, but you are capable of the most amazing feats. Your ability to change, adapt, and recreate your own life now grows strong, and you come to respect your resilience, your playful nature, your natural optimism. All these treasures return. And light as the hummingbird, sweet as the nectar of flowers. I'm just feeling like overwhelmed by the Queen of Wands as I said that, because that's exactly it. This is the Wheel of Fortune, the judgment. Like, this is you feeling connected to your playful nature, your natural optimism, your own strength, your resilience. The Queen of Wands, like, what isn't she capable of? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but doesn't have to be specifically, of course. We have the card Henbane, and I just liked the resonance with the colour of the crystal. It really tickled me a lot, so I hope you like it too. But anyway, Henbane from the Dawn option of this deck, because you have Dawn and Dusk with the Seed and Sickle. In ancient Greece, the bodies, might help if I held it this way, huh? The bodies of the in ancient Greece, the bodies of the dead would be crowned with chaplets of henbane flowers to wear on their journey down the river Styx. A final link between their past lives and the new one awaiting them. Whatever your destination, you're on the final stretch. Your goal is so close that you'd know the way with your eyes closed. Wear your crown, move forwards, the river will take you there. And I just feel that with the volcano in the background, and then confirming when I got the Eight of Wands, it shows that there is excitement to come. There is change. You're nearly there, like that. So in the Sacred Destiny, you have the card Diligence. We'll go to the book again. I love how it's written. There are times in life to step forward and take risks, but there are other times to be patient, step carefully and slowly, and know that the benefits you will gain in the future will be worth it. Be attentive, meticulous, and persistent. Use this time to plan for action steps in the future. Be diligent and consistent at each step as you move forward. By doing so, you will harvest remarkable results in the year ahead. This is not time for instant gratification. I feel like Group 3 has had this all year long. Like, I don't know. How do you feel, Group 3? Has it been like that? Your diligence will pay off in the future tenfold. This is the time for deliberate organisation, clean house, clear clutter out of your life. Be thoughtful about how you spend your time and be discerning when choosing with whom you spend it. Four of Pentacles. Clear out relationships that do not support you. And we saw that you have passion before as well. In the quality times, we have beauty, so it might feel extra good to spend a little more time getting ready in the morning, or adorning yourself with jewelry or literal flowers in the hair, makeup, whatever it is that makes you feel more sense of beauty, whatever way. And I also like to always suggest the internal beauty as well, of loving yourself with beautiful affirmations and nourishing our bodies with good nutrition, because that shines through in another way. So there's so many ways to touch beauty in our lives, but you have beauty and she's putting on makeup, so maybe it's more superficial, which is totally fine. And I kind of actually felt about eyebrows, like that was what actually stood out to me the most, so I might as well say it. There's someone out there that might like to get their eyebrows done, waxed or dyed or whatever you do with them, pierced even, who knows. Wishbone from the Tea Leaf Oracle. A wish is granted. Success. What was the next one? Yes, love. That's the astral house. So it might be I think both of them astral houses. So success in love and a wish being granted around that. We have these two came together. Actually, all three perhaps. Pale, a time to get out of a situation. Angel, spiritual guidance and protection from harm. And then yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated. So when we see this, you can definitely, like that spiritual angel guidance just keeps bringing me to the light that comes through this card. You are being loved and guided through any challenges or feeling tied down or frustrated, and you can get out of any situation in a timely fashion with following your intuition and all the support around you. So that is what I have for you in this reading, Group 3. I hope that it's resonated and given you some sort of comfort, clarity or guidance. I'll open up my October spot soon and make a little announcement when I've got that for private readings. And yeah, that being said, I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye, Group 3.